happens all the time. There's something wrong with the key, there's something wrong with the account, or stuff like that. So what you actually did was you built correctly in Bubble, which is great. Which is great. So in order to make things work and not get stuff about we can get on OpenAI and stuff, I will give you my key. So we use that. So I'll bring that up. URL at the top. If you on your computer go to that URL to my app, you will get this key on the page, and you can copy that and paste that into the plugin where the key should be. So that is the way you can copy my key into your app. So go ahead and try that now. Using my key, and now is that you completed this. So now you have an app that actually is working like a professional app over the internet using other services. And yes, the first response you got was very, very small, hello, kind of, but it doesn't matter, we did the full loop, so now we can extend on that and do fun stuff. So, all right? So first I will just loop back a bit, because we have done some Bubble things as well. It's not only, all right, it's a bit blurry. Is it, yeah. Is it possible to read, or should I change the colors? Can you read it? Yeah. Okay, thanks. I didn't know that. On my screen it's like crystal clear, of course. All right, so what I wanted to just loop back on is this, what we did in Bubble, so that you know that when building other stuff and building out, we created a state. And we've been talking about status today. Now when we talked, it's a lot about the state. And a state is a box where you store stuff in your app. It's as simple as that, nothing less, nothing more. It's just a box. But there are no boxes. When you start creating a new app, there are no boxes. So you have to create a box. And when creating an app, you have to name things. Because the way, if you name things, you can like say, hey, I want the app to look in a box. Yeah, which box? You use the name. So names are very important. So, and also in Bubble, it's structured like this. If this is your app, as of now, it has one page, which is a web page. And in that web page, there's elements, text, and maybe you put an input, you have a generate button. Those are called elements. The stuff on the screen. So that's just the word element. And a state, a box, is linked to an element. It can be linked to the page because the page is an element as well, but it can be linked. So that's why you have to choose when creating the state. Index, I have to link it to something on the page, because otherwise it's just floating around the universe. So that's how Bubble works. So a state is linked to something on the page or the page, and it should have a name, because then we can reference it. Thoughts on that? Questions? The gray panel, and when you click there, you will get another panel with the state. So you can see what states you have, and the names of them. And I'll show you the live in my app. We will do that a bit, so you will get used to it. But this is the simple theory. It's a box. Create it, name it. On the other end, let's say now we created the box and we named it. Out of the state. We display the state's content in a text element. So my text element, and I will show you that live as well. My text box here. Sorry, this should be of that, the content of the box of that state. So that's how to get it out. And I will talk a bit about the bubble expression. So this is a key element in bubble. Since we don't, if I were to do this is my text box, my text on the page, and I will write something, static text that will never change, and that will be forever and ever and ever. That's just it. But that's super uninteresting, of course, because we want things to, the text on the screen should reflect what OpenAI sends back to us. And what OpenAI sends back to us is we store that in the state, in that little box. So instead of doing this, my text on the screen should of course say, hey, I want to show something in that box I created earlier, because in that box is the result from OpenAI. So, and that the bubble way to do that is called an expression. It's like a formula. If you've done in Excel or Google Sheet or something like that, if you take one cell plus another cell, that's like an expression, because then the result can change depending on what you have instead of being fixed. So just if you go to your text output, if you go to design mode, the design tab, and you have a text field where we want to display the result from AI, and if you just right click on that and click. Are we good to go on that?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, because what happens now, if I click here again, just a simple click, this magic blue button, there's a lot of things possible, of course, because Bubble is very flexible. So often this list is long, and so therefore it's good to know the names of things. So what I want to do is I want the result from OpenAI to appear here. And to do that, I remember that I put that in a box called result from OpenAI, which is linked to the track page. So therefore I simply try track, and then it filters the list and I get, track, all right, thank you Bubble. I press that and I get a new list. Because now Bubble is that smart, that is, you're now inside the page. Then you can do everything anymore. Then you can do a subset of things. And of course, Bubble finds my custom state and say, hey, you have created a custom state on this page. Do you want to use that? Yeah, I want to use that. So I click that. And when I click outside, it turns blue. If it were to be, if it were to turn red, if I just do, 1 second. If I just do like that, you see that it's red. Red means intelligent, so it's wrong. So red is wrong, and because a text cannot, it doesn't know what a page is. It's too advanced. I need a text, a simple text. And track contains, I press the more, and to open that menu again, and then I say, okay, I understand Bubble, thank you. And then it's, of course, the state result from Bubble, the result from OpenAI I want, which is a text state. We define that to be a text. And that Bubble is super happy with that, and everything turns blue, which is Bubble is happy, we're good to go. So were you able to do what I did to get the expression?